Michael Million, what's good with you?
Yo, what's going on, gang?
I'm good. How you feeling, brother?
I'm doing good, man. So we got Columbo on the line. We got Mycall Million on the line.
Black, what's good with you, boy?
Oh man, it's all groovy, Daddy.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean. I was, you know what I mean, just enjoying some of the splashes off your wave, man. It's still, the wave is still out there, man. It's still out there, boy.
Oh man, I appreciate it, man. I really do, man. I really had no idea the material was gonna go over like that. I really kind of thought it was light, but I'm glad niggas liked it, man. You know what I'm saying? Try to entertain.
Man, two of the performers of the night, man.
Yeah, that shit was. It's like one of them breakthrough moments, man, where it's like, you know, motherfuckers probably like start, you know, paying. I mean, because it is what you do. It's not like you didn't do what you do. Like, you did what you do. You just turned it up in a certain way. So now it's like, okay, everybody need to start paying attention the way they need to start paying attention, because that shit is like that every time, really. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I appreciate that. You know, even day one when I even started over there with you know what I'm saying, just the battle league and shit. You know what I mean? My first battle. You know what I mean? You was at my first battle, so I definitely appreciate that. Like, you seen the body of work and the evolution. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. And by the way, man, like that verse over that Lord knows, man, that shit is insane, bro. I would say now I almost pissed myself listening to that shit.
Listening to what?
That on that performance. I think what was you rapping over? Was it Lord Knows?
Oh, yeah. That Lord knows joint, yeah. Oh, yeah. Good looking out.
Performance, like the shit when you had the crowd clapping, that shit was fire, but that Lord Knows was the standout performance of the night. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that shit was electric.
Oh, man, I appreciate the love, for sure.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, it was a good night last night.
Y'all both. Yeah, y'all both did your thing, man. I got this recap sitting over here editing right now, waiting to go ahead and upload. So, like, man, event for what it was with the event, man. We already know, what didn't go down, what was supposed to go down. So we made the most of it, man. Had a nice time, huh?
Yeah, man. I was looking forward to Geechee Gotti and Clutch. You know, like that was the shit that I wanted to see. The Daylight and Element was a surprise. We knew about it the night before. I don't know what everybody else thought. I thought Daylight was gonna come in here and bullshit, but I think he had some shit tucked. He had a cool little round tuck. You know what I mean? And that shit came out pretty good. I liked it.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit came off like that nigga Element Rhymes was like, bruh, my dream battle is Daylight, and I'm having these shits on standby in case I ever get this fucking battle. I don't know about no
Right.
1 day prep looking like that. Element 1 day prep, nigga. Nigga. 1 day prep, nigga. All right.
But you know what? He a freestyle nigga though. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't surprise me that he you know, kind of had some old shit, added shit. You know what I mean?
And he is a writer too. I do know that he writes a lot. You know what I'm saying, lyrics and whatnot. So
yeah.
no, he was definitely dope, man. You know, Daylight was dope.
You know what niggas don't realize about Element, bro? This nigga has battled Lush. The niggas battled Disaster. Element fire. Like, I think he's really underrated. I really like Element shit, man.
Yeah, Element. He definitely like underrated, like acknowledged type, and he got his own thing. He ain't in there sounding like nobody else, really.
Right.
Nah, that's a fact, man. But shit, man. Columbo, man, what's going on, man? You brought all the ladies out to the venue, man. We appreciate it, man. You brought the ladies to the show. You put on the show, man.
Oh, man,
you did it all. You switched the cloth. You know what I'm saying? You switched it a couple of times, even though you had to switch it again, bro. I'm telling you, you had one more cloth to switch, man. It was dirty. It was dirty. You can't talk about Meatrice, man. It gets dirty in one bar, man. You got to switch it.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, man. That whole switch the cloth shit, the fuck you talking about, all that shit is just East Coast parody shit. You know what I'm saying? But as far as the ladies, man, battle rap events don't be having no chicks, man. So I just tried to like invite all the women I knew. Some was coworkers. The two light skinned Jones, the two little cute light skinned Jones. I met them last weekend in Huntington Beach, and just told them, I battle rap, and they was like, oh, we always wanted to go. And they hit me up the night before and said, yeah, let me know what's up. So, like, them the homegirls now. Like, I found a little posse now. Little young. These niggas like to talk about I'm old and shit. But I'm bringing 29, 23-year-olds to the event. Fuck are they talking about? You know what I'm saying?
It's safe to say that Guggenheim had him in the building. Basically, that Guggenheim was a party. Guggenheim was a party.
I ain't gonna lie. I seen them in there, so I said, okay, the media appreciates this, man. Nobody else gonna tell you, man. The media appreciates it, man.
No, they came in waves too. It was like 2, then 3, then 2, then 1. And I was like, shit, come black, all right.
Yeah, man. But you know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna try to sit here like a nigga macking up numbers. These are all like friends, and you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
Like Shay. You know what I mean? So these are all friends and shit like that. So, you know what I mean?
It don't matter. They came to see you. Everybody else brought dudes to see them. You know what I mean? It's a difference.
Look, Columbo, man, you real humble on the line, man. These niggas, these dirty niggas out here, these niggas ain't switched the cloth in 22 years. Them niggas. These niggas be talking about how much they be macking. They got this female. They'll bring the whole club here. They be lucky if they bring their rounds there, bro, let alone bringing somebody with them.
Yeah, I couldn't even hold you on that. You're absolutely right. But, yeah, man, just shit. I be trying to set this, you know what I mean? Bring chicks through, man. That's all I be talking about. You know what I mean? Like, just bring chicks through. I try to set an example. Shit. Crack City, bring them through. I'm trying to get my Crack City on,
Facts. Yeah, man, the event was nice. But like I said, the battle that I was looking forward to the most was y'all battle, and y'all showed out. I'm not gonna lie, and I talk about this in my recap. Fred, bro, you my brother. I fuck with you, but that third round you had, sir, that was not the look to go with in that battle, bro. You just validated what a lot of people said, man. That was like validation. That angle with man, look. All I heard, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about what people said on my show. I can only go by what people say on this show. He letting the female run him. She calling the shots. You know what I'm saying? You not checking her. You letting her run amok. You looking bad out here. You the super simp. I heard all this stuff on the show. I heard all this stuff about Fred. And then in this third round, he get a mic to, me address. I'm like, okay, cool. She spit a couple rounds. I get the mic back and cook. She gonna say, and we done. Who is we? Nigga, you rapped. Nigga, no.
Yeah.
At least let me say it like this, man. Listen, if I ever have a woman, if I ever battle, and my woman's like, let me spit some bars. I'm like, okay, go ahead and spit. You get to saying we, you get left in L.A. or wherever I'm battling at, because ain't no goddamn we at that point. Goddamn it. You better be lucky I brought your ass here. That's just me. But you know,
I ain't want to judge nobody's relationship, you know what I mean, as his girl or whatever. I'm just glad the nigga came, because I was starting to get real, like, pissed off the night was on, and I'm just glad the nigga showed up, and he showed, you know what I mean, he was getting his shit on, so it was a good battle. He definitely brought the best out of me, you know.
Bring your ass over here now. My bad, I'm sorry. This heifer over here trying to cut up barking at people. I'm about to start giving this dog a fucking beat out round in a minute. You're just another lost dog. Watch out. But nah, there's a lot of talk, in the venue at the time. That's why I mentioned the third round he had. But it's like, you left the door open, man. You left the door open because, having 3 full rounds versus having 2 1/4 you leave the door open in certain rounds like that, man. And I
Yeah.
don't know. I come from the old school. When you have somebody, you done gave them 2 rounds, man. You go in for that kill, man. You finish the job. Third round is you finishing the job. I came here to work. I came here to finish the job. This is what this round is.
Yeah.
But it was still cool. It's entertaining to see, Beatrice, me, Rice, however y'all know her as, to see her get on the mic, take shots at random people in the crowd, pedestrians in the crowd. It was interesting.
Yeah. I don't know. The only thing that kind of tripped me out, if I'm gonna have my girl rap and she battle rap, like I ain't trying to have her talk about putting her pussy in another nigga face. Like that was the only thing I was like, okay.
And she was like, yeah, you got a big dick, pull it out for me and all that. I was like, oh well, and y'all practice with it.
See, Columbo. This is why I say that third round. It just looked you just validating stuff with that third. It just didn't come off the right way. Maybe it was planned a different way. It just didn't look the way they probably planned it. It just
yeah.
But Fred, my nigga. That's my brother. No judgment here at all. It just it just looked a certain way, and on camera, I'm sure it's gonna look a different way as well. So, wait until that footage comes out. Woods, Trash, don't play with us, man. We need this battle ASAP, man. Y'all seen how fast Next and Saint came out, man. We need this battle out ASAP, man.
Yeah, man. You know what's funny, man? Like I didn't expect them to bring Beatrice, and I had her in the round, so that was the thing. I didn't think it was going to work because I'm talking about an entity that's not there, but her being there, it just made the personals just really hit. Like, oh, damn, that bitch right there. You know what I mean? Like, damn. Not a bitch, call her. She right here.
Hey, I'm not going to lie to you, Columbo. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. She wasn't there. That shit still would have hit, bro. Everybody in that building knew exactly who you were talking about. They didn't even have to see her, bro. They know the story. So when you started going in, that's all we needed to hear, bro. As soon as you said her name, that was it. Like, I think this is your first round. The first thing you said in your first when you like something about like a summer night and Freddie whispered his password, like that shit set it off right there. I was like, okay, we know what we in for tonight. Okay. It's gonna be a long one for you, Fred. Fred, you my nigga, man. It's gonna be a long night for you, sir.
Yeah.
That shit was fucking comedy, man.
You know what's funny is, when you troll a nigga right, like you can create a storyline. You know what I mean? As opposed to when niggas be quiet before the battle, it's like, okay, you really don't know what to say. But like we had, it was a whole list of things and angles were created like out of thin air. If she never emailed me, I would have just had regular bars. You know what I mean? And generic yo bitch bars. But I had something to go on. You know what I mean? Passwords and. So, you know what I mean? The trolling shit, like, really worked, and I had to stop because, Woods and Trash told me to stall him out because the nigga was talking about not coming, and that whole scenario. So, I'm just glad it played out and niggas wanted to see the battle, like, and this is, like, a message to all the other rappers. I'm no professional. I'm no, nothing in battle rap. I'm a low-tier nigga, whatever, but promo your shit, man. Like, you know what I mean? Don't nobody know me. I'm not one of them disillusioned niggas who think he all that or niggas. Don't nobody know me, so I want niggas to be like, damn, what's this nigga talking about? Why he choking me so hard? Like, create interest. You know what I mean? And so that was my whole point. I want niggas to want to see the battle. I want my opponent to be mad at me, so he come in there and try to take my head off. I need to, because then, like, again, I say this shit all the time, man. Fuck all that losing and winning. These battles ain't judged, my nigga. So you got to get a crowd a win. Like, you have to battle for the crowd. Like, that's the most important thing is having an entertaining, rewatchable battle. That's always the objective, my nigga. Like, these niggas so concerned about out-rapping the next nigga with no performance and, sounding like they just trying to get through their round. Like, no, savor that shit. Let the crowd be a part of it. Let the niggas know, you rapping for them. Engage with the crowd. Like, that's just always been my approach. You know what I mean? So, and it just kind of paid dividends last night, you know what I mean? So I'm just glad niggas liked it, man, like, for real.
Oh, no, yeah, that was definitely fire, man. That was exactly what that was what was needed for the event, man. Like that really did like solidify everything and like, you know, put the perfect cap on the night. Like that was the much needed performance for real. You know, me personally, like I said, I think I said it in a comment earlier today. Like if you were to go, if you ever get that call for King of the Dot, like your style is like tailor made to be like the GOAT over there. Like all the stuff that you do, I feel like King of the Dot, they tend to value diversity. So I feel like they would just love what you bring to the table, like on that platform. Like it just seems like it go hand in hand for real.
Oh man, I appreciate that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to give out too much, and I'm not saying it's etched in stone, but like they got me. So they talking about getting me somebody on King of the Dot. You know what I mean? Like, it's gonna be like a major battle. Like this could be a classic battle if they get me this dude. You know what I mean? So, you know, stay tuned. They trying to get it set up and shit. You know what I mean? I fuck with Lush super heavy. I try to be in it here. I'm trying to be on Watch Live battles. That's my objective. Fuck URL and KOTD. I'm trying to be on Watch Live. I love that shit. So I want to be on one of that shit. But yeah, KOTD, which I respect actually more than URL. That league I love better than URL. So I would love to be on there. It hasn't been a goal of mine, but if I get on there, if they get me the cat that they say that they can get me, niggas are gonna be like, yeah, it'll be a perfect match for me. You know what I mean? So I got to keep that tough because they told me to stay silent. You know what I mean? So.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Let me ask you a question. You and Mycall, y'all both on the line. Let me see if I can get y'all take on this, man. When it comes to events like this, and we've seen, you know, had a few battles that weren't going down. A few of them we already knew ahead of time weren't going to happen. But, you know, there are a couple that kind of were the day of that didn't happen. Do you feel like battlers should have 3 rounds ready so just in case somebody's opponent doesn't show, they can just jump in and get a battle in with somebody? Or do you feel like it's just like, nah, you know, just leave it be. You don't need to necessarily come prepared with any rounds.
I don't know if they should, like they need to. I mean, it's always best to give yourself the advantage to be versatile to do that anytime. Like you're going anywhere, you could be going to a battle where you're not scheduled, and just because you're a battle rapper, an opportunity presents itself. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to do that. It could be some money on the line. It could be some status on the line, a particular matchup on the line. So I don't know if you should, but it definitely creates a level, though, to what your stock is if you know what I'm saying, are not able to do that. Like the 2 dudes who people didn't show up and they just locked it up with each other, Dopey and Primo, you know what I mean? They didn't have to do that. They got in. So that's commendable, you know what I mean? You should be able to do that. It kind of takes away, like when battle rap became written raps and prepare your stuff, it still kind of, I didn't want it to ever just lose the raw feeling. That's why I always pretty much freestyled in all of my battles. You can find spots that just, it's freestyle in there, you know what I mean? You just want to keep the element to where you're not just so locked into one way of doing things, and you can, you know, breeze around it and be a true artist.
Yeah, that's real. You know what? I kind of agree with Mike. By the same token, you know, as much as niggas flake, I feel like it should be a contingency plan, man, because nothing is worse than preparing. You know, especially for me, I don't know how other dudes do it. Some people can prepare in a month or a week. I need the full 3 months. Like, I need a quarter. You'll never see me battle more than 4 times in a year. I'm older. I got other shit to do. It takes me longer. I don't write. So all my shit is repetition. So it sucks when your opponent flakes. So I feel like, damn, they need to have a contingency plan. By the same token, the quality of the battle suffers because that person, they may be piecing together some shit for another nigga, and it's not going to be as seamless as if he was battling his original opponent. Case in point, I was at a West Coast Elite event, one of Finesse's events, and one of the battlers flaked. I had a battle coming like about a month later. I forgot who my opponent was. It may have been Elio or some shit like that, or whoever was after that, Tech or something. And I told Finesse, like, I'll battle. You know what I mean? I was just going to use my rounds and just rewrite for my next battle. So, you know what I mean? what you're saying. I get what you're saying, and I'm like, yeah, ideal case scenario, they should have a contingency plan and somebody waiting just in case somebody flake. But I don't know how realistic that is, and I don't know. Hey man, when a battle go on YouTube, that shit lives forever. So if you choke, you're choking for the rest of your life. So that shit is on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I'm big on my footage. I don't fuck around with my footage. That's why you don't see me choke. You know what I mean? I may have did half a stumble in one battle, but other than that, you've never seen me choke. And that's because, like, I don't need no niggas bringing that shit in the battle that you choke, because I definitely bring it up. You know what I mean? So,
and that's real. That's real.
Yeah,
It's kind of like you can't really you're gonna sacrifice the quality of what the battle would have been anyway. Like being training to fight a particular person and they can't fight, and somebody come in and the dude with the pink hair kick Kimbo slice ass just because you wasn't prepared to fight that particular dude. You know what I mean? It's kind of gonna sacrifice the quality. What I would do as a league owner is, I don't know, if I was the owner, I would probably be paying my artists off top anyway, so it'll be more of a, you know what I mean, less of a way to flake. And if you flake, nigga, shit. Your bread gonna go to the nigga who you flaked on, but that kind of still don't do shit for the fans because they get fucked out of a battle. But I think that'll do, if people had more incentive, you know what I mean, it would be less flaking going on.
Especially when you ain't getting paid, you know what I mean? Like, niggas be like, okay, whatever. And there's really no really loss for either one. You know, it's bad blood as far as, you know, you being booked on that league again. But, you know, that flaking shit, man, that got to go, man. That shit really got to go. Unless it's like a serious tragedy in your family or you got in an accident or some shit.
Yeah.
That flaking just, you know, it's terrible to have your shit. You've been prepping for 3 months, walking around, talking to yourself in the mirror. You know what I mean? Walking down the street, working out, everything you do is trying to memorize these bars, and you get to the event, my nigga, and that shit is, oh, my God, that's the worst shit ever. It's like losing money. It's like if you had $1,000 in your pocket and you lost that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that feeling you get in your gut? Like, fuck. That's the worst feeling in the world, bro. I mean,
that's real, though.
Yeah, I think the reason why I'm asking more so about like bringing rounds is because it seems more so in this era as we're getting further and further away from I would say the original context of what battle rap came from. It seems people now are no longer able to freestyle. That's why you see these extended chokes. People don't want to take a chance in freestyle. They're not confident in their ability to freestyle, or they just flat out can't do it. You know, they don't have anything pre-written, so they can't get out of, like, if they stumbled or if they lost where they were at, they don't have a bar where they could just kind of say it and get back into it, or have something on standby just to go ahead and maybe get them through a round, or, you know, maybe just have that one round ready in case you had somebody like a Daylight or Disaster in the building. Like, man, I'll battle anybody right now. Yeah. You know, it just seems like without the lack of being able to freestyle, it would just seem like some people should just have rounds ready. Even if it's just random, like if you're a more direct battler, you're an angle battler, you know, just have, like, you know, something in there fast. So, okay, I got some throwaways I can put out here that's still dope, you know what I'm saying, but it's just something for the just in case, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it baffles me how people get on that. Damn, I missed one line. I had one stumble. Now my whole round is just over. Like, damn, okay, you don't know what the next line is, or you can't freestyle and get yourself like you. I don't know. Not to judge nobody to say who deserves to be or not, but man, it's like people paying money to come to these events. Like Black said, man, you get months to prepare. You get time to really, really have your shit tight, and you should really not only have your shit memorized, but you should be able to present it in a very entertaining fucking way so people feel good about spending their money.
Hey, you know what, man? I'm going to tell you something. And, like, so when I prepare, I have my shit, right? And then I'll have, in case I choke, and I'll come back to that later. In case I choke, I have, like, mixtape bars that are kind of like battle-oriented, battle-ready. So if I get lost, I can go right into those mixtape bars. And I'm, niggas don't know me like that, so I can do mixtape bars and niggas would never know. You know what I mean? So it's been battles where I forgot my shit. I did a mixtape bar, for like 3 bars and came back, and I remembered it because niggas had cheered the mixtape bar. So while they were cheering, I got my shit back, and I was right back. Niggas never know. I'm going to tell you another thing, too. And this shit, and I know you guys don't agree with this shit. Niggas don't know how to choke.
Right.
You know what I mean? You don't know how to choke until you on pause. Quit hanging yourself. Oh, man, fuck, I'm sorry. Whoop-de. Fuck all that, nigga. I'm going to tell you the main reason I wear sunglasses in battles. And I'm just going to give the secret. The eyes give away everything, bro. You know what I mean? The eyes give away everything. And so with my glasses on, you don't know if I'm lost, if I'm looking, because you can look at a person's eyes and like, damn, he forgot his bars. You would never know. I'm behind the glasses. I'm kind of like MF Doom in that sense. Like, you don't know that the mask hides everything. And so that's the main reason I wear sunglasses, because if I get lost, if I stumble, or if I'm, because sometimes, but you never know. You know what I mean? And it all looks swagged out. Like maybe it's just in my style is such that it's paced, and I have a lot of pauses, short pauses, so I can, you know what I mean? I've been stuck in plenty of times in battles. I got stuck last night. I actually forgot. I had skipped over like 6 bars. You know what I mean? But you'll never know that. You know what I mean? Niggas need to learn how to choke, bro. Quit giving yourself away. Niggas be up there dry snitching on themselves, fucking choking in battles, and that's corny as shit. Like, I don't mind if you choke, but don't sit there and have me feeling bad. I be literally feeling bad for niggas. Like, you need to be less conspicuous on your chokes, and niggas probably wouldn't even know unless you told them. You know what I mean?
I've never, I would say never, but pretty much damn near never performed a song the same way every time. I done forgot lyrics to the song and got to going into some shit that people don't know. You know what I mean? It's like you said, staying composed and just being the real master of the ceremony and really controlling the crowd. Like, you are the show at the time. Like, all that shit depends on you. And just rock that shit. And that's why I say it's kind of like a different level, and the shit just really ain't for everybody. But they let everybody do it.
That's the reason why you have different kind of battlers. Now, this is why when I hear a lot of people like battlers, especially younger battlers, not necessarily saying like they've only been, had like 2 or 3 battles, but I'm talking about like people, they've been around maybe 2 years, maybe been around 3. Like I put it in more like mainstream battle rap terms. Like if you have people like Jack Boy Maine or Ryder, people like that talking about, well, I washed Mook or I washed Lux and these dudes are washed up, and it's like, the one advantage that Mook and Lux and Head Ice and dudes like that have over this generation of battlers is that they're actually MCs that could battle rap. These people nowadays are strictly battle rappers. They are not MCs at all. If they forget something in their round, number one, they have 0 crowd control. The crowd will be running amok. They have no way of shutting the crowd down. They have no way of using the crowd to their advantage. All they are is a person who went and wrote rounds. They have nothing else to offer you outside of written material. And even if the written material isn't good, there's nothing else they're giving you except for maybe a gun gesture that's been done 2 million times this year. You know what I'm saying? There's not a lot of real MCs that are battle rappers anymore. Like, it's very rare. Like, there are very few and far between that are. And that's something that within battle rap culture in general, that needs to come back. Like, we need more MCs. It needs to be more balanced. I can't just have people who all they know how to do is just gun bar this, gun bar that. There's nothing else that they're bringing to the table, because it's like not every crowd wants to hear that. Not every crowd's going to care to hear you say it. You know what I mean? It's like there's a lot of different things, bro.
You know, it's funny you say that, because to me, I feel like you got to do like Saint, like a young nigga like Saint. I think like when he first started, I felt like he fit into that mode you're saying. But I think as more he's been around us at LABG, he's starting to see, like, you can see his MC-manship come out. You can see he's starting to, okay, slow down so you can get that response. You know what I mean? Work the crowd, look around. You know what I mean? Make eye contact with the crowd. He wasn't doing that at first. He was just trying to get through his motherfucking round, and that's when you start choking and all that kind of shit. You got to relax. You know what I mean? Take all that response. Like, one of the things I hate is when niggas be trying to shut the crowd up. Like, no, nigga, I want all that applause. Get all that shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's what you're here for. Every MC is egotistical. Everybody wants that response. I don't give a fuck what you say. Everybody wants that response. That's all that shit is about. That shit is all validation. One of the other things, too, like, niggas be trying to act like, oh, they was gassing or, like, the crowd, you know, like the clap-o-meter and shit don't matter. That shit matters the most. You know what I mean? The crowd response. That's the whole reason you hit your bars. That's what the punchline is. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? Let's not fool ourselves, you know?
If it wasn't for crowd reaction, niggas would just make diss songs and put them out. You want the crowd there to do all that. That's what it's for.
All this shit. You don't know how hard your bar is. You know what I mean? You can sit there and say that bar was fire or y'all niggas sleeping. Like, no, nigga, this shit didn't work. The bar wasn't fire, period. What could you talk about?
I'll give y'all a perfect example of this. And this is actually something that happened recently. And it's funny you mentioned Saint, 'cause he's actually a part of what I'm about to say. Like, I remember listening to Nex. He was spitting me some of his bars he actually had for Saint. And I remember listening to it, you know, when I was around him. I'm like, seeing how he performed. I'm like, man, that shit is cold as fuck. When it got to the battle, that shit was flat. It didn't have any, like, whatever I remember seeing or hearing, it didn't hit the same way. It wasn't performed the same way. The crowd didn't receive it how he felt it was. And you can tell it was getting to him. Saint, and he said this to me, which is when I knew Saint was starting to get it. If he didn't understand it before, he's got it now. He's like, bro, if the crowd's not fucking with me, I'm still going to be rapping. I'm going to rap through that. I'm not letting the crowd affect me on what I'm doing. If they start cheering, I'm going to take that shit in. But if they're not cheering, I'm not stopping to get mad to tell them to wake up. Like, no, I'm going to keep rapping and y'all going to fuck with me. I was like, okay, you starting to learn. You starting to learn, youngster. You starting to learn. I see you. And you can just tell the difference with people who really, a lot of people who can't rap or don't have a type of flow, they don't really have a way, if the crowd's not giving them love, to just go ahead and fight through that and just keep going. They kind of get into a mode where it's like, well, that bar should have got reaction. This bar should have got reaction. And it throws off their entire round because now their energy is shot. Because they were hoping and banking on the crowd going crazy for this one haymaker, and the haymaker didn't hit. Now their entire round just looks flat. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's funny because niggas are, you write your shit and you have bars that you think gonna hit, and sometimes it don't hit, and sometimes the shit you don't think gonna hit gets response. And then what niggas will do is, and this is shit I hate and I don't understand, like, they'll start alienating the crowd by saying, basically calling them dumb. Like, oh, them niggas sleeping, or whoop-de-whoop. Like, no, nigga, like, that's the whole point of battle rap. You got to make that shit relatable to everybody in the room. And, like, I don't like to talk about myself, but, to make an example, I don't write for battle rappers, because I get a bunch of battle rappers and rappers at events, and that's who niggas be writing for. So they be having some old shit that only battle rappers know. And you got a bunch, you got chicks in the crowd. Like, I mostly write for the chicks in the crowd, shit that everybody can understand. You know what I mean? As opposed to me talking about having these antiquated battle references, talking about Trick and, making a reference about some rapper that. Yeah, you gonna hear me rapping about food. You'll hear me rapping about space and animals, and it's very elementary. That shit is, it's the reason I do that. You know what I mean? Because it's on a base level. An eighth grader can come to my battle, and they'll take. You can hear every word I say, and you understand it. You know what I mean? So, and I'm like that. I don't know everything about battle rap. A lot of this shit go over my head, bro. And I don't feel like I'm wrong for that. That's the battle rapper's responsibility to make his shit universal. You know what I mean? Battle rap ain't gonna grow if we keep doing these fucking gun bars and shit niggas don't know about, and references to shit niggas don't know, and movie shit niggas don't know. Like, you gotta make that shit relatable to everybody, my nigga. Like, niggas be selfish, man. Quit being so fucking selfish. Maybe you're not as fire as you think you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a lot of people just take themselves a little too seriously when it comes to battle rap. Because at the end of the day, battle rap is entertainment. Like, I understand that certain factors like substance come into play. Like certain people, you can see like a Geechee Gotti, his substance and the realness that he brings separates him from a lot of people who say the same shit that he says. But I feel like even at the same time with Geechee, I don't feel like Geechee is a person who comes into a battle to try and be the super, gangster or anything like that. He's just being himself and is humble enough to just go ahead and get through his rounds. You know what I'm saying? He's not on nothing extra. A lot of these dudes take themselves to a point where they're trying to prove that they're just the extracurricular dude and I stab you, my girl gets you. It's like, bro, none of that's going on. Like, some of y'all put too much into your rounds where it's like, dude, I don't believe that you fucking stabbed 10 people in the fucking face. You're asking your homies to vouch for you that you stabbed 10 niggas in their face, went ahead and lit a match, smoked a cigarette, and then put the cigarette on. Like, I don't believe none of, like, bro, it's not believable. Like, even if it was real, I still don't believe this shit. Like, some of these people just try so hard to be an image that's not. It's either not them or they're just trying to be something they think is somebody else they've watched. Like, a lot of y'all just got to just be yourself. If y'all corny, if y'all not really that, just be that. There's nothing wrong with being that at all. There's nothing wrong with it. If it's you, there's nothing wrong with it.
Hey,
I think funny, people don't want to, more than anything, people want to be hot. So if being hot ain't what I am, I'm going to go cook myself. You know what I mean? I'm going to go find a way to make me hot instead of just being me. And if it's not the time for what I'm doing to be the end thing, then fuck it. I was well respected and had my fan base for the time that I was in. And shit, you can't be salty when it's your time. After your time is over, it's time for the shit that you was doing to be done. Or you can really miss it. Like, the shit that you are is actually the next wave, but you try to jump on what was the wave, and then you miss the whole shit, because what you really are is the shit that ended up taking off. And now you look like a clown-ass nigga trying to come back to who you were.
Yeah, that's deep. That's deep. Hey, Nico and Mike, the funny shit, and this shit should be a rule in battle rap. Okay, so you got tough niggas. Before I even get to this, again, go get to your point. Diddy Myers had a bar on one of his things. He said, you like one of them niggas that talk to his coworkers in his rap voice. You know what I mean? Like, that's such a deep bar.
That's a fucking, oh my God.
You know what I mean? Niggas try to be rappers all the time. Like, God damn. Like, I get embarrassed when niggas call me Columbo in public. You know what I mean? I'm Chael. You know what I mean? I'm CJ. You know what I mean? This rap shit is when I'm in the studio and when I'm on stage. Other than that, I'm just a regular. I'm a fan, bro. You know what I mean? So, but moving on from that for a minute, and it's not really digressing, the corniest shit in battle rap, bro, and they need to make this a rule. If you choke on a gun bar, just stop doing the gun bars. Like, when a nigga choke and then try to do gun bars or during the gun bar, that's the corny shit for battle rap, my nigga. Like, no one's supposed to really believe you now, my nigga.
Wait. So you saying a nigga gun can't jam, bro? What's up? A nigga gun can't jam. A nigga gun probably jammed, man. Let a nigga get that off.
Man, look. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. Some of these dudes fucking. I'm gonna be honest, man. They gun can't jam because most of the guns these dudes talk about are fictitious. These niggas be creating guns that have like 2 million clips on it. The motherfucker is unlimited ammo. The motherfucker's so big. You know what I'm saying? It's all this. The gun ain't even real anymore. It's just the gun is just the fucking. I don't know what it is, man. Even sometimes when these niggas be talking about it, it'd be like, my gun, it's like, a pregnant baby mama. Like, they be sound like, bro, the gun is not, like, yes, the worst example. Like, your gun, if you're supposed to be tough and you're trying to make your gun sound tough, don't compare it to anything moist, soft, weak. Like, don't stop. And don't get in your moist-ass feelings when we don't cheer for your trash-ass bar. Please don't. Please don't. Because I will call you out on it. I'm sure others will as well.
I was listening to this song 2 days ago, and we used to say this shit because I was a quick fan. I don't compare my rhyme style to no gag, because to me that bullshit is super whack. It's still correct. Just be, you know what I mean, spitting your shit. Oh, this is what I want to ask you, Nico. What you think about Will Rap for Food?
Say that one more time.
What you think about Will Rap for Food?
Okay, so man, I actually didn't even. You know what? I talked about the CDFs. The CDFs to me, all in all, were just very, very poor. And I don't think it's because they're not trying. I don't think it's because they're not investing time. Okay, so Will Rap for Food, I'll talk about him. At that height, because when I seen him, I'm like, okay, you got somebody my height in the venue. And then I seen he was a battle rapper. I said, okay. And I'm learning this about myself because I have a battle coming up myself, and I'm starting to learn a lot of stuff since the first day I started writing. I can't get it. I can't announce it yet. It is going to be this year. It's actually pretty soon, matter of fact. It'll be out there. But, like, one thing that y'all mentioned when it came to, like, how your writing process is, like, I noticed that I was trying to, when I first started writing, I was like, well, battle rap, fans, battle rappers, all they like hearing is bars. So I'll just go ahead and try and write bars. And I'm going to be honest with myself, I don't really have the craziest pen when it comes to just writing creative bars. I'm not JC. I'm not Rum Nitty. I'm not a super puncher. So I just had to simplify what I would do with my writing and said, okay, I'm just going to write about my life experience. I'm going to write about stuff that I've done or seen. I'm not going to do anything extracurricular. I'm not trying to create some magical, mythical gun that'll kill the whole entire fucking battle rap culture. Like, no, I'm not doing any of that. I'm just going to be me, and I'm going to write through me being me. And that shit just, as soon as I did that, writer's block was gone immediately, and I got through all my rounds, like, just like that. You know what I'm saying? But, like, getting to the thing you were asking about, the dude Will Rap for Food, at my height, I'm starting to notice when I'm performing, and I'm like, you have a very intimidating presence. Not saying that just because you're tall, you're intimidating. But in battle rap, most battle rappers are not that tall. Like, I'm being honest, most of the battle rappers I've noticed,
he got teardrops all the way down his face. His presence is a deal.
Yeah, like, when you're that tall, most battle rappers are about 6 foot and under. I'm being honest. It shocked me when I met certain battle rappers. I'm like, you're that short? Or you're that, like, I thought you was, like, Mr. Macho. Like, I'm looking at this camera, and this camera footage shows you looking like you're fucking a giant. You're, like, fucking short as shit. Right. But with him, I feel like he would have been better served using his height to his advantage. He was way too stationary. Like, when you're that size, like, this is why I respect somebody like Shotgun Suge. I may not like the fact that all he does is gun this, gun that, gun do this, pocket check this, gun do this. But what you can't say about Suge is he do not stand still. That man performs his ass off. He's moving all over that damn stage. Whatever, even if the bar isn't crazy or it's not hot, he's still moving around. He's still trying to entertain. People, when you're that tall, you have to move around with your height. It's going to look a certain way, especially when the person you're battling is so much shorter than you. You can look like you're, like, dominating this dude without even saying a bar. It could just look like, damn, this is a bad look. It's like if somebody said you put Calico versus JC. I think JC lyrically could handle anybody, but the look of it, of just seeing somebody like Calico or seeing somebody like Suge battling JC, it's a different look than if JC's battling somebody like Bourne. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the dude Will Rap for Food, he should have used his height to his advantage and just moved around a little more. Maybe, use, some bars about his height, in comparison to who he's battling. I thought he had some okay bars, but it's just a lot of stuff I feel like should have been done. I don't know if that's like his first battle or not, but especially when I found out he's a rapper, I'm like, oh, dude.
He said he battled game on camera and he body game and all that. That was, part of his promo, what he was putting, but that was his first battle as far as, in the structured way that we know about. And I don't know about the battle he was saying where he battled game or whatever, but it just seemed like it was his first battle. He said he was like, he said he was kind of nervous, but he said he got work for the next one, whoever's next. I think the
Yeah, I would
dude
say
that
him
battle was the one that
and the
killed
guy
him,
that
right?
battled. What's the guy that battled? I think the white guy's name is Kyrene, whatever his name is. The guy that battled him, that's from Carson. The brother that battled him. I can't remember his name. He's wearing a Niners jacket. His name is escaping me.
And that was a fly ass jacket dude had on.
No. He looked the part. Like he came with, like, as Columbo said, he came with the fabrics. The man had the fabrics. You know what I'm saying? He ain't come there looking like no fool. How some of these battle rappers be coming in there, you get to see the poverty in their eyes before they even walk in the venue. You just see the poverty in their clothing. You see the poverty in their eyes. Hey, hold on, time out. Mycall and Columbo, time out. I know y'all been in public and y'all gonna see it and watch. As soon as I tell you this, you're gonna start looking at people like this. Look at people in public. I swear to you, you can look in their eyes and just see the poverty. You could just see it, like, man, I know you got this. Like, I'm telling you, just like, even when you dealing with the ladies, man, you could look at a female like, man, I know this bitch got dishes in the sink at home. I know she ain't cleaned her fucking toilet. You could just look at certain people and just, I just see the poverty. I just see it. It's the struggle. I see it. You know. It's just a certain look, but I feel like the CDF battlers, especially with the Will, Rap for Food and the other brother that battled Kyrene, they lack the structure of battle rap. Like, I feel like however they were structuring their material, it's not within something that, how do I say, it's like an unorthodox style, I guess I could say. It's not really structured in I won't say regular, but like in a traditional battle rap way. Like, if I looked at Mook and Lux, they're two completely different battle rappers, but their structure is battle rap. You can see the structure. Easy to follow. It's not really that unorthodox. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like certain people, when they have unorthodox styles, it's like, this is where your performance needs to be on 10, because you might be losing people in the venue, but people can follow performance. People can see that. Even if they don't know what the fuck you're saying, they can still see what you're doing. So I thought he was okay if that's his first battle. It's just I feel like there's a lot of stuff. And I learned from him battling because I'm like, damn, that's what I would probably look like because he's high height. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I looked at him like, okay, this is what I need to work on. Because I've seen a lot of shit that I do, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I kind of have traits just like that. So I thought he was cool. He was solid.
Hey, you know what? Hey, the dude, it's funny you talk about the dude who battled Kyrene with the Gold Jays and he had a little fabrics up. Like him, I'm not going to say he's whack, but to me, his style, it comes off kind of corny. And the reason I say that is, number one, he looks unsure of himself, number one. Number two, he has that thing that Humphrey Bullets has, like they have the Oreo voice. And in battle rap, that shit is like kind of not a good look. Like they kind of talk like a white boy a little bit. And that shit is just, like, extremely, extremely corny to me. Like, it's cool, I guess, but it's like, damn, like, there's no ethnic in it. Like, there's no urban about it. You know what I mean? I'd rather just see a white boy.
Columbo, I'm glad you said that because there's something that he referenced in his battle that kind of made me look a different way. And I just mentioned this earlier. He said in his battle, "No, I'm not a gangbanger. I'm not an affiliate, but I'm a real one." And he tried to make it like a point to point out like how real and how much of like he's not an affiliate, but he is one. Like he had the vibe of, I'm telling you, I'm not an affiliate, but he put the vibe out there like I am one. I feel like, bro, if you're not, I think people need to really understand. It's okay to not be a gangbanger. It's okay to not be in these streets. It's okay to not be in that life. It's really okay not to be. Like, battle rappers really have a really bad issue with this. It's okay to not be cut from that cloth, so to speak. It really is okay. Like, y'all just need to be you. Like, I feel like too many people are trying to chase that, like, fucking image. Like, dude, it's okay not to be. Like, really. You can still be a great battle rapper. You can still be a great rapper and entertainer without trying to be this extracurricular thug dude. Like, there's no need for it. Because to be honest, a lot of times you're watering down the material you could be putting out there because you're trying to put this other image out. Like, That's
Hey,
one of the
Mycall,
more corny things of battle rap to me.
Somebody said they called in, but they can't get through. They ain't. They sit in the queue, I guess.
Let me check these lines real quick. But yeah, no, that's just and I'm not even trying to pick on him, but it's just battle rappers in general. I hate that. Like, y'all put so much effort and energy into trying to be this super, like, it just kills me. Like, man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And it rarely works. That's the bad part. It rarely works because you can.
I like. You know what's funny is, I like the young dude. I think he was, and that's probably because I'll be biased once I like vibe with somebody like before or after. Like if we done vibe to this chill, I'll be rooting for not rooting against the nigga they own. But it'd be like, you know, you want to see a nigga that you vibe with do good. So I guess you try to find the relatable shit instead of just judging objectively. Me personally, that's kind of how I usually go. So I was looking more at the potential more than, you know what I'm saying, the shit he didn't have and what he wasn't doing. If we still talking about the same cat that battled Kyrium, right?
Yeah, I think the only reason, well, I'll be like this. I'm going to be honest. With me, when I critique battles, depending upon what kind of battle it is, I give a different kind of critique and I look at the battle differently. If it's a battle like, I'll use, for example, like yesterday. You have your CDF battles, and then you have the Ratchet Plex, Columbo, Freddie D, so on and so forth, right? If I'm watching the people who are on the main card, I'm not going to look at you and critique you in the way I'm going to critique the CDF battler. Because the CDF battler, this is their tryout phase, so they have to get that critique in them now at that point in that, like they have to get it now. Like that's probably their first battle or two. They need to understand and know exactly what it is that they're not doing or something that they need to work on. Like they have to know because they're not ready and cut for that stage. And if you don't tell them now and you just yes them or just let them go, they're not going to be built for the next level. And that's why a lot of people, they get to the next level and then they become career bottom tier people. And it's not saying you're trash or something. It's just like you become.
Yeah, I don't even think.
Yeah, and there's a few people I can mention from LA Battlegroundz in particular who started off in CDS and to this point in their career they're still at that level. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to make sure like I give them that. Now if you're on the main card, obviously you put yourself in a position to be there. And now I'm gonna look at you versus your opponent and I'm gonna give you a certain critique based on what you did versus your opponent. But with CDF dudes, especially since I know most of these dudes are so hungry and they want to be the best and they want to know, you know, what it is, I can talk to them like, hey, look, this is what I felt about your battle. I'm going to be honest, since I've seen you in the building, I can tell you straight up about your whole work. Because if this shit dropped on YouTube, I wouldn't watch it past the first round. Like, I give every battle rapper that sends me footage, you have 30 seconds to impress me. If your opponent went first and he was trash, you better tell me to skip his round or I'm going to count that against you. Like I have no time to be watching your battles when there's so many other battles dropping and so many other things I need to be doing with editing and stuff. Like I only have a certain amount of time to give you, so I have to be, you know what I'm saying, on you. Like okay, this is what you got to do. But that's just me because I'm like in a different position. Like, I'm not just a casual fan anymore, so now I have to look at things differently than when I was just a fan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's real. That's real. No, it's like that. That's why they need exactly what y'all doing because I'm too nice. I want everybody to win. But then at the same time, it's people that think I'm an asshole because I am vocal when some shit be trash. But that's only if now, just like in this case, that's the point that I was gonna make the dude that I was saying. You know, I kind of like to do. It's kind of like if you swaggy, you do got to really have much more substance to support that. If you in no ways humble, your shit really do kind of got to be another level, like bar-wise. I do understand that. Like in a perfect world, a perfect battle rap world for me, it ain't no bottom tier. It's CDF, then Rising Stars, then top tier. Because anybody else that's continuously bottom tier just shouldn't get booked no more. Like if you continuously putting out bottom tier material, you shouldn't be booked no more. That's just how I feel about it. It's filler battles and shit and wasting people's time even in the nights where battles is going to 2 in the morning when we could have 5 dope ass battles. You know what I mean? And we had a card full of filler and 3 fire battles. It don't, you know what I mean? That shit just need to be CDF because everybody got to start somewhere. CDF, then the rising stars, the motherfuckers that's on their way, and the motherfuckers that's there. That's it. In a perfect world, of course.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for me with CDF battles because it's like, because they always tell me, like, they'll hit me up because they know I'm media. Nico, hey, you going to be in the building for this one? Like, and I'm like, either yes or no, will I be in there? And if I tell them, yeah, I'm going to be in the building, like, oh, man, hey, can you please critique my battle? Can you tell me, what I did? Like, let me know how I do. And it's like, hope you understand what you're asking me because there was a time when I first started media and I was still trying to find myself. And I used to tell people, I would critique them, but not really that heavy. I wouldn't really give them the all the way real. I would kind of like, hey, you cool, you had bars, just kind of work, kind of tweak the performance. And I would just kind of like take it easy on them and how I would critique them. And I noticed I wasn't really helping them and it wasn't really helping me because I'm a very direct and blunt person. I just kind of say it how it is, as best I can without trying to offend. So once I just started doing that, I noticed that the people who really were asking me for help, I was like, you understand what you're asking me, right? Yeah. Okay. And you're good with me giving you my full critique, right? Yeah. I'm like, okay. Normally those people are the ones I've noticed. They tend to actually take what I say and, like, do something about it. Like, other people, like, because we all know there's a lot of battle rappers who, as tough as they are behind their gun bar, if you tell them they need to work on something, they become the most moist individual in the world.
Yeah.
And they think you the Antichrist.
Yeah.
So, I wish well for all the CDF dudes, man. I mean, everybody pretty much had to come through that, man. I mean, shit, Saint was in that shit at one point. Look at where Saint at right now. Just in a short, year and a half, 2 year span. Link went through that damn thing. Like, everybody went through it, so I think it would benefit a lot of them if they were rappers away from battling, because rap tends to give you structure, and I feel like that's what a lot of them are missing is structure.
The Kid Clutch was in the CDF. You know what I'm saying? He didn't get the battle last night, but he was in CDF.
Clutch is a perfect example, man. That man raps. Like, he has structure. When he starts rapping, he raps. You know what I'm
saying?
Yeah.
He came in scheming and shit, though. He came out the gate like you could tell it was season. You could tell the motherfuckers that was in the cafeteria battling before they got to the structured battle scene. You know what I mean? You could tell who was doing it. Just was watching. Yeah. But I'm about to sign off, man. I got a whole lot of women to love on and all that. So I'm going to holla at y'all. It's always good rapping with you.
All right, King. Appreciate you calling up, King.
For sure.